Hello, hello. It's Julie Davison and Susan LaCroix. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. I'm so excited that you are joining us. We realized literally just like yesterday that this is an anniversary episode. We started Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie 2 years ago, the
Oh,
first
wow.
weekend in June. I know, right? We have had over 100 episodes of sharing Stampin' Up! Projects with you every single week, and I don't think that we have missed a single week in 2 years. We've always worked hard to pre-record things when we had stuff going on or on a holiday, and so every single Sunday for the last 2 years, we've had a video to share with you. I did wonder, though, if this was going to be the week that we would have to cancel because we're both sick right now. Oh my gosh, it has been a crazy, crazy May. The last time we filmed a video was literally a month ago, early May.
Yeah.
When you were visiting, we filmed what you saw last week, fresh as a daisy. And in the last month, I've been sick, you've been overseas, and then you came home and you guys were sick, and I'm sick again. Oh, we had a graduation, which you missed because you were
I
sick.
know. Yeah.
It has been a crazy month. So,
It,
Mom, how was the trip? How
oh,
you weren't sick on the trip at all? You
no,
were
no, no.
gone for 2 weeks,
We,
and how did it go?
it was wonderful. We started off renting a car at Heathrow Airport and driving to Coventry. We visited a friend. They got to meet Dad, and we got to meet Jason, or Pez, as he's called. So Yvonne had arranged for an afternoon tea at the hotel for us.
Oh, nice.
It was really just, we're in England, let's have tea. But it was, truly the tiered plates with the finger sandwiches and the savories and sweets and pots of tea, and just it was absolutely delightful. And then we drove down through the Cotswolds, and we just packed in so much. We
Mm.
saw castles and abbeys and beautiful countryside, and we love eating in pubs. We meet
Mhm.
locals and we chat. And one of the pubs we ate at was at the headwaters of the Thames River.
Oh,
We
wow.
didn't go over there because it was awfully muddy. I think it had rained that morning or something. But right, I think the inn was Thames Head Inn or something, or something like that. But it was wonderful. We didn't go to Stonehenge on purpose. We went to a town called Avebury, and it was the largest stone circles in the world. And there's like
Oh,
there's two big circles that kind of surround the town, and then like an altar or kind of a center piece. And that was absolutely fascinating. We got to walk among those stones and the sheep poo. uh how we misstepping on any of them, I have no idea. But yeah, so then we spent the night in a town called Slough, which was just a few miles from the airport, so we could drop the car off at the airport and then get on the shuttle to the ship in Southampton.
Southampton.
And off we went to Norway, which was, you know I don't even think I have the words to describe the scenery. The pictures I took don't do it justice at all. But we had 4 ports of call. One of them we couldn't get tendered in. They had an articulated pier that kind of came out and attached to the ship, but the motors both failed at the same time.
Oh.
They were able to pull the pier back in. Then they said they were going to tender us. And so the first 3 groups were called to the gangway to go get on the tender. Well, then the weather just took a sudden turn, and the captain came on and said, it's just too dangerous. The water's too choppy. It's too windy.
Yeah.
It's not safe. We're going to just not do this. We're going to go ahead and leave this port and head to our next one. So that was rather disappointing, but better safe than sorry. And it wasn't the cruise line's fault or the captain's fault. I mean,
Yeah.
what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent a wonderful time just catching up with people that I hadn't seen
Oh.
in a long time, and got to chat extensively with Shelley and Sterling and with Sarah and Sean and their daughter. So that was a lot of fun. Made some new friends. Yeah. So Christiana, if you're watching from Germany, I hope you're feeling better. So anyway, she said, I now have an appointment at 6 o'clock. I guess that's her time, Sunday evening. And I said, oh, and she said,
Oh,
watching you and your daughter. It's like, oh, okay. So anyway, Christiane, if you're watching, welcome.
that's so awesome. And
So
I guess we have to add our little disclaimer that fewer than 1% of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators earn the trip.
that's right. That's right.
But did they spoil you with lots of fun things and you got some sneak peeks, right?
We did get some sneak peeks. We didn't see the actual product. There was just a lot of samples. There was a demonstration during our general session, and we found out where the next incentive trip is going to be for 2025, and it's Disney World, Florida. So there's a resort there, and that's where the 2025 incentive trip will be.
How
So
exciting.
back your Mickey Mouse ears, Julie.
I was so sad that I couldn't be with
I
you
know.
guys. All the pictures seem so amazing. And I
Yeah.
had kind of decided early on that the timing wasn't going to work out and that we were going to have to cash out. And so I didn't get that excited about Norway, but I am so sad that I missed because the pictures are just beautiful. But I ended up getting COVID like not even a week before I would have had to leave. And so I don't know if I would have even been able to go. I might have had to cancel at the last minute. So that was I don't know. I guess it all worked out the way it was supposed to. But you guys came home and then a few days later you started feeling sick. So what a
Yes.
bummer to
It
bring
was.
home a that kind of souvenir.
Yeah, really. So Monday night, we were gathering all of our things to pack for Claire's graduation. Dad, we did 3 or 4 loads of laundry, and we were getting everything all organized, and I felt really good. We just had to get up and put things in the suitcase and then head out. And your dad, we were upstairs like at bedtime, and he's like, I don't feel good. And I was like, oh no. And so I lay there as he fell asleep and listened to him, and I thought, oh no. And in the morning, I went and got a COVID test. Man, that sucker popped positive so fast it wasn't even funny. So I said, well, yeah, we're not going. So I threw on some clothes and ran to Kroger because we had no food in this house because we were gone for so long and we were going to be gone again. So yeah, so I was put on my little N95 mask and I zipped out there and got home pretty quick and had a couple other errands I had to run. But yeah, it was so we were so disappointed to not be there for Claire. I just was so looking forward to it. But thank you for the link to stream because it was a beautiful video and the ceremony was wonderful and Claire looked gorgeous and so proud of her. But anyway, so that's it. So then yes. So I
Thank
never
goodness for technology to keep us connected. Like I love that you guys were still able to watch and be there even though you weren't in person. But it was a beautiful ceremony and it's hard to believe that I have 2 high school graduates in the house and oh, things
and
are slowing down now that it's summertime.
yeah,
So
4 teenagers.
4 teenagers. Yep, that happened since our last video. 4 teenagers, 2 high school graduates. Yeah, so it's
Partridge in a
summertime
pear
now for the
tree.
kids, and things are a tiny little bit calmer. Um,
Okay.
a tiny. There's so much I feel like to catch up on, and we've sort of been rambling now. I feel like we should like dig right in and
I
show
agree.
everybody what we're sharing. I'm excited because we still have this new catalog that started last month, so we're just a month into the catalog. And so we're just kind of getting started with showing you all of the beautiful suites. And this month in June, designer papers on sale. So I'm gonna let you show that flyer. And I love this is one of my favorite designer papers that we're using today.
All right, here we go. So designer series paper sale through the month of June. And there are, let's see, 8, 10, 12, 13 packs of designer series paper that are 15% off. So as Julie mentioned, now not all of the designer series papers are on sale, but we will have a link to the information in our description so that you can see them all. I can laundry list them real fast. So Bright and Beautiful, Countryside Inn, Delightfully Eclectic, Earth and Elegance, Fresh as a Daisy, Glorious Gingham, Hello Irresistible, which is on the online exclusive, Inked Botanicals, Les Shop, Let's Go Fishing, Masterfully Made, Stargazing, and Zoo Crew. So those are the ones that are on sale. And I guess that's all there is to say about that. So let's what we're gonna do.
Yep. June 1st through the 30th on that. No, and there's no minimum purchase. Like you can just get one paper pack on sale, or 2 or 3, no limit either. You can get as many as you want.
That's right. There's a lot of stuff going on in June, which we're going to fill you in on a little bit more. But we're going to use Masterfully Made. And this is on pages 102 and 103 in the annual catalog. And when I first saw this, my first thought was, meh. But then when I got it, oh my word. I love this paper. I think I have to order more. Thank God it's on sale because I only got one pack. That was a mistake. I'll be getting more. So, so let me, well, first I'll tell you the colors that are in the paper. Lemon Lime Twist, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, Azure Afternoon, Berry Burst, and Fresh Freesia. So those are the colors in the designer series paper. And I'm going to go through them so that you can see this gorgeous paper. I think it's a little bit different than we've done before. So let's just dig right into the product. And I'm going to start with the bundle. So here is the stamp set, gorgeously made. It is a cling stamp set. It has 7 images in there. So we've got these 2 leaves. We've got this fun little design. Some sentiments, you're a great friend. Thank you and hello. And then this little like faded words, which is so shabby chic to me. That's so that is the stamp set. And then the dies. Oh, I've used all but one of these dies. Gorgeously made. I love how they're now naming the dies the same as the stamp set. So it makes it us to find things. So there's these ferns. They don't match the stamped images. So they're standalone leaves and stuff. This one is like the spiral notebook edging. This one is like a torn edge. And then this one's a label with also torn edges. So it saves our fingers from tearing. All right. So that's the bundle. Let me bring out the paper now. Normally when I'm showing paper, I cut it into 6 by 6, but I didn't this time because I want you to see it in all its splendor and glory. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? And in the background, very faintly, you can see some of those typed words. This is the flip side of that. And again, it's like columns with typed words. And this is, if you're a rose lover, you're going to love this. So just the brightness, the lemon lime twist of the leaves, and there's some Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon in there. Oh, yeah. And here's the backside. Just images of like, it looks like torn paper that's layered. Here's another sheet with all the flowers on it. And again, you can probably see, I don't know, can you see it okay with the typed words there?
Yes, I love that effect.
And some of the words, which I'm going to share in a little bit. Look at this peacock. Oof, love it, love it. This is interesting. This is just like scraps that were just torn apart and thrown on a desk and photographed. I find that fascinating. So here's a piece. This is, I have it upside down. And the reason I say that, I know, is that there are, if you look very closely at the words, there's like Shelley.
Really?
And then product. And then there's one that's like, oh, I can't read that. Inspire you to start stamping. Our
Subliminal messages.
yeah, our customers, demonstrators, and employees is up here. So yeah, you'll have to look carefully at the background. And this is interesting because it's got, we've seen this before, where it's, the same image flipped top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at this and thought, how many cards can I get out of this sheet of paper?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I did that side. Okay. And then this is another one that's the same thing. Again, you can get several cards out. And this one might be a little bit easier to read when you're up close and personal. Customers, demonstrators, and employees. Heart of Stampin' Up. So yeah, you'll have to look at that.
So cool.
And then this is like the lemon lime twist. This is just the pretty peacock layers that look torn. And tearing is one of my all-time favorite techniques anyway. And then there is this piece that is like landscape. So you've got the blues all torn, and then the greens for the mountains, and then some fields of flowers coming down. What a great scrapbook page that would be. And I think torn paper in Berry Burst.
So those are our embossing folders, different embossing folders, embossed and torn.
Yeah.
I met the product designer who created all of these pieces of artwork that they photographed to create the paper. And I got to see the original art. It was so amazing. So she just literally tore and created these layered pieces, and then they photographed them and tiled them, and a couple of them were done digitally, the ones that have the like the newsprint on the background, like that one was done digitally. But all the ones that look like torn paper were literally pieces of paper, our cardstock, our designer paper that were torn and layered, and yeah, so amazing.
Fascinating. What a fun technique, or one fun pack of paper. I don't know. It's great. It's great. And then the last thing that's in this suite, and I've got to dig them out here, are some sequins. So these are adhesive back sequin trio. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's some, and then this looks like pretty peacock. And I'm trying to decide what this is. I don't think it's fresh freesia. I don't think it's that. It's got too much pink in it.
I think it looks like Flirty Flamingo, but I don't know if it's supposed to be bubble bath or
Oh, maybe.
I wonder if it says
I don't know
page 41, 141. Okay, it is Berry Burst.
Real? No, really?
Okay. That's what the catalog says, page 141. Pretty Peacock, Berry Burst, and White. So
Interesting.
I think it's very light for Berry Burst, but okay.
So Julie, if you're ready, I can show my samples now, or I can show them later. So maybe I'll show them later.
Okay.
The one thing we didn't mention, and I know you're going to talk about it, there were two things. June is also pre-order month for online exclusives that are going to be released in July.
Yeah, I don't have that flyer with me. Do you have it?
I do not, but we're able to, there's like one suite and one bundle that we are able to pre-order as demonstrators. And then there's a lot more that will be released in July. And I want to say the date is
the 6th.
The 6th. You're right. The 6th. So anyway, that's what's going on right now in June. And Julie, you're going to talk about another offer.
Yeah, so the designer paper is on sale, and you've got the online exclusive pre-order for demonstrators. And if you are interested in becoming a demonstrator and joining one of our teams, there's a little starter kit promotion. It's called Starter Kit Plus, and you can choose an extra $30 in your starter kit when you join Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator between June 1st and the 30th. So normally you get to choose $125 in product of your choice. And in June, you get an extra 30, making it $155 for just $99 plus tax. It's kind of amazing. So if you've got a big wish list from the new catalog, the really exciting thing is that you can pre-order or get those new online exclusive items in your starter kit. You can also get discounted designer paper in your starter kit. So you can take advantage of all three of those things at one time. One thing you didn't mention, and it's not part of the suite, and I didn't grab it out. Maybe I have it handy here. Um, the white center paper.
Oh, that's right.
Like I said, it's not part of the suite, but the colors coordinate with the designer paper. And the idea is when you tear it, you get this white center. Whereas when you tear our regular cardstock, it's the same color all the way through. So these colors coordinate with the Masterfully Made. So if you're looking to add a torn edge and some white in there, this is a beautiful beautiful thing to add to your oh, my brain is mush. Let me show you some samples of that paper. I created these two cards where I use the time-worn type embossing folder and then sanded so you could see that white core. I love the way these turned out with the Masterfully Made designer paper and this suite. So just another thing I wanted to add on. It's not pictured in the catalog. It's not pictured with the suite in the catalog. So you might not notice it. It is in the back with the specialty papers. Okay, one other sample, as long as I'm showing you samples, I made this and I love the way it turned out. It's a shadow box frame. And the Stampin' Up! Decals are a new branded merchandise. It's available for everyone. You can find it in the online store. Anyone can order these. And it comes with two sizes. They're vinyl decals, so I just put it on to the glass, and then the paper is in the back. And so you sort of have this like 3D shadow box thing going on, and you can switch out the papers. You can change it for each season if you want. I love this pattern, and it kind of goes with what I've got behind my desk. So I have it hanging up. You'll have to, when we switch the camera back around, you'll have to see you'll have to see it. It's usually right behind my head now. All right, well, I was inspired by that concept artist who created all of these images in the designer paper using the torn paper technique. And this is totally something that my girls would do. In fact, literally just this week on my kitchen table, there was a little cat created out of little torn pieces of paper. Oh, because that's just what my girls do. So I wanted to create a little embellishment that was created from torn paper. And so what I did is I took some Poppy Parade cardstock and I just tore a strip. I tore both edges of it, and it's really, our cardstock is pretty thick. And so what I tried to do is just kind of loosen it up a little bit, and then I took the paper to peel it apart. This makes it look a little more textured, but it also makes it a lot easier to kind of move and use because it's not so thick. So then I just kind of gathered that and then just kind of kept turning and creating a little flower.
Oh, Julie, I love this.
I feel like it's not going to turn out the same on camera, but you kind of get the idea. So it really, like, I didn't I didn't die cut anything. I just sort of freehanded it and crushed it and smushed it, and and then you can use your silicone mat, and you can add some glue in strategic places to kind of, you know, tack that down a little bit. So this piece I glued down. It still has a little bit of dimension to it, so you're going to need some non-machinable postage on your card, but you kind of get the idea there, and you can make a little flower. And I here, don't look at most of the card, but like it kind of looks like the designer paper, right?
Yes.
I think that she had a few more like smaller pieces, petals that she kind of glued then together when she made it. So you can experiment and make, you know, all kinds of different flowers and shapes. I saw a card recently posted on Demonstrator Planning Place where they kind of tore a piece in the shape of a heart, and I thought that looked really cool on some of the other layered designer paper pieces. So that's how I created my embellishment, which we've got ready to go, and the glue is all dried. And then I've got some other pieces here. I am going for some different colors. This one screams summer to me. I really love this pattern, which has got some pretty peacock and some berry burst, some poppy parade, which is what I used for the flower here, some crushed curry, some fresh freesia, and I decided to go with the orange, the pumpkin pie for the card base. I've got piece of white for the middle. This is 4 by 5 1/4. The designer paper is 2 1/4 by 4, and then a 1.5 inch by 5.5 inch strip of crushed curry. And I'm just gonna kind of keep going with the tearing trend and just tear one end of that. I did die cut from Pretty Peacock, one of the dies in the bundle. And I just love how delicate that is. And then I did some stamping, not stamping, punching with the 2-inch circle punch and the decorative circle punch with vellum. So this is vellum and this is just white. And I just thought it was kind of a nice sort of light layer that wouldn't be too heavy on the card. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on our circle, and then we're going to put our card together. It's going to go pretty quick, I hope. I'm using that sort of textured text, and I'm going to stamp on the inside and also on the circle. I should be using grid paper, so let me just reach for that really quick. And then the next stamp is going to be that long sort of, I don't know, just texture. And I'm going to just do that kind of across the bottom. So just a little color on the inside. And then on my circle, I'm going to stamp a little strip up there. And then for the sentiment, I think I want to do some of the pumpkin pie. So I'm going to stamp this on a little strip. Try one more time and see if I can get it straighter. Oh, that's actually perfect. I'm using a Pretty Peacock for that. And then bury my paper snips. I'm going to just kind of trim that down. You know what? I'm going to trim it even more, so I guess it doesn't matter that it was straight. I always feel like when I trim close like this and it's uneven, I always like, you know, the perfectionist in me is like, Argh! But you know what? I think it's it gives it character when it's not exactly perfectly straight. So I'm going to layer the circles together. Oh, if I haven't said it 100 times yet, I love the circle punches. I'm so glad we have those back.
I am too. It's just easy to pull them off the little shelf and have them with you when you're working.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how I feel about that orange. Hopefully I like it better when we when we get it on the card. I do have another option that is already stamped, and so we'll have to play around and see if we like it better. Originally, when I prepped this card, I had a Pretty Peacock card base, but I felt like the die cut didn't stand out very much against the Pretty Peacock card base. And so I switched to a lighter color, and I kind of like the yellow or the orange, I think. So
I think
this is going to go on the right side, about 1 inch from the bottom, and then you can just trim. Oh, I just threw those scissors right into my belly. And then I'm going to add the die cut strategically with some liquid glue, mom's favorite.
ta-da.
This is a very skinny little die cut.
It is. And really just the, dotting it gives you enough. Trying not to squirt too much on there.
And our circle is going to go on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And then we're going to add our
Oh,
flower.
oh, Julie.
Okay, what do you think about the orange words? Because I'm not sure.
What other color would you use?
Okay, my alternative is white words.
I kind of like the orange. It makes them pop.
Okay, my other alternative is fresh freesia.
Oh,
And I have another sample to show you with different colors and different paper. And on that one, I did use the fresh freesia and I love the way it looks with the other colors, but I wasn't so sure about the fresh freesia the with the pumpkin pie.
well, that picks up some of the fresh freesia in the paper. So that works too. I like that.
Do you like it better than the orange?
I could
I
go,
don't mind the orange so much now.
yeah, I would say I could go either way. I like the orange on there.
Here's the other sample.
Very pretty.
And so I think the fresh freesia goes really nice with the berry burst and lemon lime twist and pretty peacock.
Yeah.
And there is some of it in the designer paper right there.
So that one doesn't have your embellishment of the flower.
No, it doesn't. I just used the die cut that came. And you could, if you wanted to, like you could cut out a flower from the designer paper and get sort of the same effect.
I don't know that you need to, but
No, I think this die cut is just a little more, excuse me,
yeah.
a little more heavy, like a little more substantial.
I agree.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna do a big a big glob of glue to hold our flower down.
Yeah, it'll take a minute or two to set.
Absolutely. I'm gonna add some of the sequins. I just love these so much. And I think I'm gonna do the peacock sequins.
Yeah,
I just think they're so regal.
I agree. I love these sequins.
Okay, this or that. Do you
Oh,
prefer the pumpkin pie card or the pretty peacock card?
I'm going to say pumpkin pie because I love that flower you did.
I'm kind of on the fence because I really love the colors of this one. Well, either way, I hope the layout has inspired you. Whether you have this designer paper or not, you could easily create this same kind of card using whatever you have at home.
Yes, you certainly can.
Well, are you ready to share your project, Mom?
Yum. Okay, so I have kind of a lot going on here. I'll go through the card measurements later, but I decided to bring out the patchwork pieces. There's two dies,
Ooh.
standalone die. And what I did was I took I took a piece of the designer series paper and I cut a 4-inch strip. And then I also brought out this shimmer paper. Oh, I just lost my leaf. So there's a bunch of colors in here. Well, not a bunch. There is, it's so soft. I just love this. So looks like we have Berry Burst. I have to read the colors. So hang on, bear with me. So we have Berry Burst. We have Bubble Bath. We have Lost Lagoon. Isn't that gorgeous?
Mm.
We have Night of Navy. And we have Pretty Peacock.
Oh, that goes so beautifully with this paper too.
It does. So I brought this out and I decided on the Berry Burst. So let me get this out of my way. And I took a 4-inch strip of that as well. And so let me get this out of the way. And well, I was gonna try to show you here. So I just cut out 2 of the very, very same. The shimmer paper kind of holds together better. Oh boy, I was hoping this would stay together. Be a little bit of a, but we'll figure it out. All right, so I'm gonna leave this in the tray for now. And I'm gonna put this away and get it out of our way. Oh my, come on, Susan. I'm trying to hurry. Rant. Okay. So what I did was I brought out some paper. So I have the 4 inches by 5 1/4 is for the inside. I have a piece of fresh freesia, which is 3 3/8 by 4 3/4, and a piece of basic white, which is 3 1/8 by 4 1/2. And that is to glue on my little pieces here. My card base is pretty Peacock, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored 4 1/4. Oh, I've got scored at 2 1/4. That's wrong. It's scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to get this out of the way. And then I have a piece of fresh freesia scrap that I die cut the spiral notebook thing. And then I die cut one of the white labels for my greeting. All right. So I'm going to start this. I don't know that I'm going to do the whole thing because I do have another piece that's done. Because you get 2 cards out of this, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
So this is what the outcome is going to be, but I'll just get started to show you how I put it together. And I started at the bottom. So, man, this is going to be fun. I don't want to. I think this is what I want. So if I do, I'm going to take this piece off. Oh, actually, no. I want this piece. Because this is going to go right here. And I found it easier if you just start in one direction. Doesn't matter what corner you start in. So you can either go counterclockwise or clockwise.
Oh, that's a good idea. I used the other die in this die set to make a card, and I cut them out using the adhesive sheet so that the adhesive was already in the back, and it was just like doing a puzzle.
Oh, that would have worked too.
But once it's down, so you can't screw it up.
That is very, very true. All right, so I have this piece here, so I kind of have to measure. All right. So I'm going to put this piece here. So you're kind of getting the idea, right? And then I'm going to take the alternate piece here to glue here. So are you getting the idea? Do you want me to keep going or do you want me to just stop?
I think we got it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I haven't used this one yet, but it looks like it's so much easier to line up because they're straight lines and they all just kind of come right next to each other.
Exactly. And it's going to take me a while to sort out this messy thing I have here. So I'm just going to put this all back in and I will make this card up. And we'll just pull this out. Bam! Through
the magic of TV.
Yes, there you go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, not 2 1/4. Pull that, and we'll do a little bit of stamping for my inside and some of my other little pieces here. So let's start with the inside. And I brought out this little guy just for the corner. And I'm going to stamp him in Berry Burst. Ooh, excuse me. Just to kind of tie in that color with the inside of the card. Oh, like you, I should have gotten a piece of grid paper. I'll clean it later. Okay. Oh boy, I better clean it now. All right. Okay, I'll just be careful. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put one of these here just to cover it. Just to make sure I don't transfer ink. All right, so I'm gonna put this inside here. It feels so weird. We have not filmed, but in like a month.
Yes, in a month.
This feels
I think what was weird is like we were doing 2 videos every week for so long, and then we just had like a month break from filming, and it's like a totally different routine.
it really is. Okay, so I'm going to take my greeting, which is "You're a great friend" in Peacock. And see if I can get this straight. It's so fun to have pretty Peacock to play with again.
The bonus sample that I made, I used Berry Burst and Lemon Lime Twist and Pretty Peacock, and I remembered they were in colors together.
Yes.
Way back when, and it was sort of like deja vu putting those colors together.
Yes, it was. So, all right. So that turned out well. It's straight. And then this guy, oh, and I do need some paper under here. What do I have here? Scrap of something? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I know I have scraps here. This is going to work. Put this aside. And I just want these indecipherable words on here. And I found this to be somewhat tricky. And don't ask me why. All right, let me see. I don't know if it's upside down or not. Yeah, I'm just gonna do some of this. Close enough. All right. Now we're going to assemble our card. Get rid of this. So rather than do this straight, which was, it's always my first intention, I thought I would just kind of put it off center, cattywampus, whatever you want to call it. So just a little bit. I don't want it to be a lot. And then this guy is going to go kind of the other way. So. All right. My original thought was to put, oh, I dropped my leaf, to put a circle there, but I decided that I didn't like it. So I'm going to put this white leaf.
Ooh.
And then this will go here, and then our greeting. So that's kind of how this is going to wind up looking.
I love the white against that background.
I had die cut a vellum one, but I didn't like it because you couldn't really see it. So I got out the white. All right, let me see if I can get a little bit more glue on here. All right. I should have gotten out one of my silicone mats for this. Put this up here. All right, so then this guy is going to go here. Oh, while I've got this out, I'll just use it. And I did not use dimensionals this time, Julie.
What?
You think I should?
I always use dimensionals. I don't know that I ever make a card that doesn't. It's rare. Me not using dimensionals is like you not using sparkles.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. That is so true. That is so true. And we had talked about for our, getting together with the girls and doing Zoo Crew and having some fun. That's if I was going to be there. But since things kind of got all, I don't know, messed up, we decided that we would go with this. And then
We'll save Zoo Crew for when we're in person.
Yeah, because I think we'll have some fun with the girls, and when that's going to be, I'm not sure, but we'll figure something out here. Okay, so we're gonna put, and I love these peacock ones too, Julie. So let's see, there's 2 sizes. I don't know if you realize that, Jules.
Yep.
Maybe I was just the one who was surprised.
Well, they're not that different in size, and so they do kind of look close.
So I'm just kind of throwing these here. Oh, let's put this guy here. All right, there is the card.
Oh my gosh, beautiful. I love it. I'm so glad you used that die because I think it gets overlooked in the back of the catalog.
I think so. Hidden gem. So this is, whichever one I just brought out, the opposite. So if this piece is this piece, so you can get 2 cards out of this. So there you go.
I love it. Did you have some more samples to show us?
I do. And one of these will be sent your way, Julie.
I'm working on gluing down that other flower so I can send you one.
So this one, both of these are that sheet of paper that you can cut up. So
I love it.
Simple. And of course, then I add layers and more layers and more layers. So, but it's still pretty simple because the DSP does all the work.
Yes.
So I that, and I forgot the name of it. You'd use the same thing on the vellum.
Decorative circle.
Yep. And so I picked up some fresh freesia from the paper and used some of the white sequins on this. And lemon lime is the card base with a peacock matte piece for it. So again, simple. And then this one is the other piece that you can cut. And my ribbon is all not the best here, but so Azure Afternoon is my card base. And what I did was I took the die that looks like a torn edge. So I did that on the designer series scrap of the Berry Burst, and I did the same thing and just kind of tucked it under there. And again, added some white sequins. And this is the go-to greetings for happy birthday.
Nice.
So which one should I send to Claire?
Oh gosh. I don't know. She would love either one.
Okay. I'll figure out which one so I can get this in the mail to her for her birthday next week.
Oh my gosh. Where did you say that birthday blooms greeting came from?
This one is from the go-to greetings.
The other one.
Oh, this one? Oh,
birthday blooms.
Yeah. This is from a new set. Oh dear Lord. I put them away, didn't I?
I mean, I don't recognize it.
It's new. It's one of the new ones. But it went with this paper.
Yes, I was gonna say it's perfect with that paper. Birthday blooms for you. Oh, great cards.
I don't know which one it was, Julie. I'll find out and let you know.
I think I will put it in the video description. I love how you showcased the beautiful paper and how you don't have to do much to really make a beautiful card.
I mean, really, you could get, oh my gosh. You could do a whole bunch of these and put different sentiments on them.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely. And Julie, I love your rose that you made.
Thank you.
Oh,
well, let's flip the camera around and we'll show off our cards together and we can take another look at those.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I love this beautiful paper and it's so bright and colorful. Like we use totally different colors on our cards, but
Yes,
they both coordinate with the awesome Masterfully Made designer paper. I'm definitely going to need to pick up another package of this one while it's on sale this month in June.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. And just a reminder very quickly about the designer series paper sale and the sign up special for joining one of our teams. And for you demonstrators, you can pre-order some of the new online exclusive products. Busy month again. I mean, it's like I feel like I'm hitting the ground running and I'm still not over the time change.
No, May was like a big blur to me, honestly. I just feel like I don't even know where it went. And so I'm sure June is going to go just as fast as we enjoy beautiful weather and try
Yeah,
to catch up on everything.
absolutely. But listen, so we're going to wind this up and wrap this up so that we can go drink some tea and kind of.
I've been nursing a cup. Yes.
All right,
Oh,
everybody, thank you so much for tuning in and watching us. And until next Sunday stamping with Susan and Julie, have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye, Jay.
bye, everybody. Bye, Mom. Love you.
Love you.